Oh god. Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to another box office wrap-up video. Your number one source for burps and numbers. So let's get to it. Okay, I haven't done one of these in a few weeks, so I apologize, but I'm back to it. From now on, I will be doing it every week, unless a weekend is really shitty and nothing came out and there's nothing worth talking about. Then maybe I won't do it. But most of the time, from now on, I will definitely do at least one. Maybe two if there's a really exciting weekend coming up. Maybe I'll do like a predictions video, which this weekend coming up is very exciting because you have Venom and A Star is Born. Who's going to win? A lot of people would say Venom, but I don't know. I don't know. Probably. But I'm looking forward to this weekend. But let's talk about the last weekend, okay? Because this last weekend was actually kind of exciting for at least one reason for me. Not because I really wanted to see Night School. Not because I was really, really excited to see Smallfoot. No. There's another movie that came out this past weekend. Technically, it didn't even come out this weekend. It came out on Tuesday. And that, of course, is the My Hero Academia movie. I like me some My Hero, as you can tell. I'm a weeb. That's what they call it. Sorry for my chair chitty. My chair chitty. It's a shitty chair, so I apologize. But it makes squeaky noises, so I apologize. But also I'm fat, so that doesn't help. But anyway, we talking about this weekend. My Hero, the movie came out Tuesday, but it also had screenings, because it's limited screenings, on Friday and Saturday. I don't think it had many on Sunday. I think it had a couple, but not too many. I don't think it had that many on Friday either. Saturday it had plenty. So we're going to be talking about that too. But before we talk about that, let's take a look at the top 12. Bam! There's the top 12 right there. Oh, my hair looks weird. Excuse me. I just got out of showers, and when I get out of the shower, my hair looks weird. That's why I keep a camera. Yeah. Keep a camera right here. No, keep a comb right here. Just look at that. It looks horrible. Why does my hair look like shit? There you go. Looks great. Perfect. Oh, there you go. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, I look gorgeous. Anyway, look at that. Oh, man. I need to get my hair cut. But anyway, I need to cut this shit off, too. But anyway, let's get to it. Number one, of course, was Night School. Made $28 million this weekend. Has the power of Kevin Hart and that really annoying girl. And they're both really annoying, actually. Let's not fuck around. Tiffany Haddish, who was in Girls Trip, which I never saw. Uncle Drew, which I never saw. There's a new Tyler Perry movie coming out that she's in that I won't be watching. And this movie, which I will not watch either. So, the only thing I've seen Tiffany Haddish do is she did the Oscars, like, awards announcement thing, where she announced all the nominees, I think. I forgot who that was with her, but she was one of them. So, that's about it. That's all I remember. So, Night School, yay! I think there was something she was in that I saw, but I cannot remember for the life of me. But Kevin Hart, of course, he's been in a bunch of shit that I've seen. I don't know, I'm getting tired of these kind of comedies. I really am. And that one looked fucking lame as shit. It even looked terrible, it just looked lame. So, I'm not seeing that. I don't give a shit. And I have AMC A-list. I can see 3 movies a week. And I still have my movie pass. I'm still not seeing it, so screw it. Number 2 is another movie I'm not seeing. Smallfoot. That movie, I couldn't stand the trailers after watching them about 200 freaking times. Like, how many times I got that freaking trailer? Oh my god. Oh, SES stands for, no, SFS. It stands for Smallfoot Exists, suckers. Wait, maybe it was SES. You think I'd know because I saw the trailer so many times. It was SES. Smallfoot Exists, suckers. That was a joke. Anyway, number 3 is the house. Number 3 is The House with a Clock in Its Walls, which I actually did a review for this. I haven't put it up yet. And I think I'll probably put it up for the month of gore because, I mean, it's not really a horror movie, but, you know, for kids it might be a little creepy. I actually do recommend it. And I also did a mini review for Thriller inside the House with a Clock in Its Walls review. Because if you don't know, Thriller is a great music video. Do I need another reason why to review it inside a movie has no relation with it whatsoever? But no, it's because the IMAX version of House with a Clock in Its Walls actually had Thriller before the movie started, which was really cool, and I appreciated that. I need to take a swig. Hold on. Oh, killing me slowly. All right, so I saw it, and Thriller was awesome. And the movie itself was pretty fun. It wasn't great, but you know, I'm glad it's doing well. This movie could have easily been something that didn't do well. When I first saw the trailer, I was just like, ooh, I hope the budget's not too big on this one. And it's not. It's like a $42 million budget, which is pretty small for a movie like this, a fantasy, kind of gothic horror, kind of YA novel adaptation. So it's doing well. It's made $45 million so far, and we're getting into the October season, so I'm sure it's actually going to start dropping less and less here. I could see it getting to $70-80 million easily for a $42 million budget, and also it's coming out in foreign markets. I'm sure it's going to do well. Maybe not a sequel, but it's going to do well enough where they're like, you know, whatever. Maybe a sequel. Yeah, I could see a sequel happening. I mean, Goosebumps, I was about to say Ghostbusters. That's not getting a sequel. Goosebumps is getting a sequel in a couple weeks. And that one, of course, the first one starred Jack Black. I think he's supposed to be in the new one as like a cameo or something like that. I think they spoiled that in one of their newest trailers. But I heard that one has like a $25 million budget or something like that, a $30 million budget. It has a very small budget, which is surprising considering it has a lot of special effects in it. But whatever. Anyway, number 4 is A Simple Favor. That movie's doing extremely well, and I actually enjoyed that one. That was a very big surprise, to be honest, because the trailer itself looked like it could have been interesting, just because it like showed itself as like, oh, this could be like one of those like silly little comedies where you have that one character who's shy and innocent, and that one that's like rowdy and stuff. It looked generic, but then it switched gears in the trailer and showed that it's actually more of a thriller. I saw the movie. It's definitely a lot more of a comedy than a thriller, but it has like parody elements I wasn't expecting. It's pretty much one of the, like a parody of like a Gone Girl or something like that, and I enjoyed it. I actually reviewed it on a podcast I did a few days ago, actually. So if you want to watch that, go check that podcast out. I was thinking of taking that review out of that podcast and putting it up as its own review, because we did a good job of not spoiling it too. Yeah, I probably won't do that. Anyway, I don't care. Number 5 is The Nun. By the way, A Simple Favor has grossed $43 million so far on like a $20 million budget. So I say million weird. I just realized million. No, I should have did that. There you go, perfect. All right, I fixed it. Anyway, number 5, The Nun, which needs to get the fuck out of here because I'm getting sick of seeing it. I mean, I might not have recorded an episode since The Nun came out, but every time there's a new box office results, I'm like, oh, I still have to check it myself, even if I'm not doing a video. And every time for the last 4 weeks, it's been The Nun, The Nun, The Nun. I'm like, God damn, yeah, I thought horror movies were supposed to disappear. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I'm getting sick of seeing this fucking movie in the top 5. So it has grossed $109 million. It has worldwide, it has grossed more than any of the other Conjuring movies. It has surpassed the first Conjuring and the second one, and Annabelle 2, and is that it? I think that's it. Is there another one? No, that's it, right? Annabelle 1 and 2, and then Conjuring 1 and 2, and now The Nun. Okay, yeah, I think that's it. So congrats to it. It's fucking a lazy ass movie made just to make money. But you know what? I will give this movie credit. It had some good production design, and the movie had a $22 million budget, which if they didn't give a shit at all and they just wanted to make money, they would have made that budget smaller. You know what I mean? Like a Slender Man, where the budget was like 5 to 10 million, where they didn't give a fuck. Even though they had a character that definitely requires more of a budget than 5 to 10 million dollars, you know? So I give it credit there. 22 million isn't huge, but it's more than A Simple Favor's budget, I think. So there you go. Yeah. Whatever that means. Number 6 is a brand new horror movie. Couldn't even beat The Nun in its 4th weekend, which is sad. But it's Hellfest, which I actually thought was not a terrible movie. I thought it would end up being bad. But let me tell you about production design. The Hellfest, if it didn't have that great production design and all the great costumes and all that, then this movie would have been way below average. But because it was so good, it actually lifted up the boring, tedious parts of the movie and the slowness of the ending, and you know, provided a good enough time. You know, I was actually surprised. So Hellfest, I mean, it didn't do very well, but the budget was only $5.5 million. So I'm sure, you know, it'll get to 10 or 11 million, and I don't know. I don't think that'll be enough, but whatever. It's not a huge bomb, at least. I don't think it will be. Number 7 is Crazy Rich Asians. Those motherfuckers need to get out of the top 10. Okay, I get it. I'm all for you know, what's the word? what's the word everybody throws around now? Where everybody gets their fair share. Well, I'm all about that, but I'm just getting sick and tired of seeing this in the top 10. Just like when Black Panther was in the top 10, I was like, oh, cool, it's in the top 10. I'm getting sick and tired of talking about it, though. Like, it's great. And I just realized Black Panther is also that thing where it's just like, what's the word I'm looking for? Come on. What do you call? Come on. I forgot what it's called. Anyway, I forgot the word. But I'm all for it, but I'm just getting sick and tired of seeing it. I mean, I would say that for any other movie, you know? Avengers, I'm starting to get sick and tired of seeing it in the top 10. So, yeah, I might have talked about it a lot, but, yeah. Crazy Rich Asians did very well. It's at $165 million. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good little romance movie. Nothing amazing, and I've seen people say it should get an Oscar, like Oscars and stuff. I'm like, maybe for production design, like all the production, and this is like the third movie in a row I'm talking about where the production design is very, very good. But yeah, it's great, and I could definitely see it getting an Oscar. But for the most part, everything else I can't really agree with. Ooh. All right, number 8. Let's talk about real Oscar movies right here. The Predator, 2018. I like that they put 2018, even though there's no movie called The Predator. The original is called Predator, but there's no movie called Predator, so that's weird. All right, so you have that. Let me just get out of there so you can stop seeing white light over my face. But okay, so you have The Predator. It grows $3.7 million this weekend. Now, the thing is that movie dropped hard last weekend. I think it dropped like 65% or something like that. So it only made $24 million in its first weekend. Then it dropped hard to like $8 million or something like that. And now it's at $3.7 million. So it is dropping consistently. So that movie's going to be out of the top 10 by next week. Everybody will have forgotten about it. Nobody likes it. And it's definitely not going to make its money back. Let's see how much it made worldwide so far. $115 million worldwide so far. Yeah, it's not even going to get to Predator's numbers, I don't think. Which Predators had a way smaller budget. And it was also a better movie. So they should have just continued with Predators. I don't know why they had to do that. I mean, Shane Black, I feel bad for him because they had to redo a lot of the shit because they didn't like what Shane Black was doing. And I have a feeling the stuff that Shane Black was doing is way better than any of the shit that's in the movie right now. But yeah, that's I know that he directed the reshoots, but whatever. By the way, it's grossed how much did I say? $115 million worldwide. In America, it's grossed $47.6 million. So whatevs. Number 9 is White Boy Rick, which made $2.3 million this weekend. It has grossed $21 million. That one is not doing very well, especially since its budget was $29 million, which that's actually crazy that the budget was that big. I thought it'd be like maybe $10 million at the most, especially since, I mean, besides Matthew McConaughey, I don't think there's like that many really big stars in that movie. It looked really good. I just never watched it, and I heard it was okay. It wasn't great, but it looked really good. When I saw the trailer, I was like, oh, this looks really, really entertaining and interesting. I really want to know about the story. I'll wait until it's on DVD or something. I don't know. I don't really need to rush to see it in theaters. But it looked good. Number 10 is Peppermint, which is a piece of shit movie. Oh my god. It has grossed $33 million, so that made more money than White Boy Rick. It also cost $25 million to make. That means its budget was smaller than White Boy Rick's. Yeah, that movie was not good. It was not. It was so bad. Peppermint, it was so fucking bad. It was really offensive too. Every Mexican character in that movie, besides one of the detectives, I'll give him that. I don't even know if he's Mexican. He might have been something else. I'm not sure. But me, I'm offensive too. Obviously, I don't know what the actors are, but excuse me. But every other Mexican character, especially the cartel members and the drug dealers, all of them are stereotypical as a motherfucker. I couldn't believe how stereotypical they were. Right? Did you ever see the movie Breaking In? That one stereotypical Mexican dude that's out there just being stereotypical. That guy times like 50 is like all the characters in Peppermint, like all the Mexican characters in Peppermint, besides that one detective character. Whatever. But anyway, let's get to the one I really want to talk about, which is number 11, My Hero Academia 2 Heroes, which grossed $1.3 million this weekend alone. But since Tuesday, it has grossed almost $4 million, $3.9 million. And that is on a very small amount of theaters. And you know what? Screw it. Let's do it. Number 12 is Fahrenheit 11.9. It made 1.1 million, dropped 62%. That sucks. Oh well, Michael Moore. But all right, let's do this. Okay, let's compare it because I already have this all set up. So, all right. So no. Yeah, there we go. All right, so here is, because I want to talk about My Hero, because I like My Hero, and that's the most interesting thing that happened this weekend. You know, Kevin Hart, you know, he made a movie that made money. Big surprise. Oh, Smallfoot, animated movie made money. Yeah, big surprise. All right, now I want to talk about this, okay? Because this is the real cartoon hit of the week, in my opinion. Ooh! Okay, so My Hero Academia 2 Heroes opened up on Tuesday. It made $947 million. No, I wish. $947,000. Not a million, but close. On 513 theaters. You have to remember that this isn't like a regular. It's not a regular movies. It's a special thing. So when it's in 513 theaters, it really only has about one. I think really just one, maybe two showings a day in each theater. Where most theaters have multiple showings. Some theaters have 5 or 6. Some theaters have 3 or 4. Usually at least 2 or 3 for pretty much every theater. But My Hero, that's not the case. So that is really impressive. When I went to go see it, it was a jam-packed theater. Jam-packed. So that was really, really cool. Wednesday, same thing, dropped a little bit, which is pretty good considering it had 2 more theaters. And then Thursday, added more theaters, dropped a little bit more. Friday, huge drop. The reason why is because even though it says 508 theaters, I believe it only had really around like maybe less than half of that, I think. Because I'm pretty sure Friday it didn't have that many theaters for whatever reason. But then you have Saturday, which had more theaters, obviously. Look how big of a jump it is. So I don't believe Friday had actually 580 theaters, even though it says it did. Because Saturday, look how big that jump is. A 940% jump. There's no way if it was in the same amount of theaters. There's no way. So I'm assuming there definitely was a theater difference. Same thing for Sunday. I think Sunday, yeah. Sunday it says it had 508 theaters, even though... Obviously, here you can see my mouse. Here you go. Even though it said obviously it made $81,000 and dropped 93%, which is crazy. That's a huge drop considering it has the same amount of theaters. So I'm assuming the theater count is not correct here. So let's see if I could find a right theater. I thought they showed, like they had the daily. Let me see. Daily. Here you go. All right, here's the daily for Thursday. Where's My Hero? It's right here. So 535. Let me go to the next day for Friday. See if it says for My Hero. It would be way down here somewhere. All right. No, it says 508. That can't be right, though. That cannot be right. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. That it would drop that huge even though it's in the same amount of theaters. And then Saturday, it's in the same amount of theaters, and it goes up almost 1,000%. Like, there's no... Anyway, it's not right. I definitely know for a fact that Sunday didn't have, like, my theater that was showing it. A few theaters around me that were showing it on Tuesday weren't showing it on Friday and Saturday. So, I know for a fact it wasn't showing those days. I'm Sunday, I meant, not Saturday. They were showing it Saturday. They weren't showing it Sunday. And they're showing it again on Tuesday, but they're not showing it today. Which is weird times. I don't know. Like, might as well just show it all the way from Tuesday to next Tuesday. I don't know why they picked certain days for it not to be there. I don't know. It's weird. Especially this weekend where you had like 2 big movies that opened up and everything else is old as fuck, so who cares? Alright. So that's cool. I want to go back and compare. I was going to compare My Hero Academia 2 Heroes box office with another movie that's very similar because it's an anime and also it's Funimation, and it was also opening up in a very similar kind of in a similar way, I guess, where it had small amount of theaters and some days you wouldn't be able to see it, and that is of course Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F, which opened up on a Tuesday, the same. It had way more theaters, though. It had almost 900, grossed to over $2,000 per theater, almost $2 million on its first day. I remember that day, and they said it grossed over almost $2 million, and I was like, God damn, that's pretty big. That's almost, you might as well just open it up in 3,000 theaters big. But so it did about 2 million, which is good. Wednesday it dropped a little bit. Thursday it dropped huge again. They said it had 901 theaters right here. Look, which is ridiculous because that's not, there's no way it would drop 73% for no reason on Thursday. Even if there was a big movie coming out that day, there's no way it would drop that big. Especially, all right, here we go. Look, now it's showing that there's 57 theaters. How did it have 91 theaters and then 57? Maybe these 901. Maybe they're counting theaters that had like really late showings or maybe really early showings. But even really early showings, I don't think it would drop 73%. You know, maybe it would drop this big, but it wouldn't drop as big as like My Hero, where My Hero dropped 93% and shit. But then Friday did again, it dropped, but it says 57 theaters, so that makes sense. Saturday went back up. Let's see. Then Sunday went down, and then it kept going down and stuff, and then yeah, it started to disappear. But what I want to do is compare the first few days of My Hero to this one. And be fair, because of course Dragon Ball Z I think has a bigger fan base technically. I mean, it's been around for way longer than My Hero Academia. Also, this was a big movie because Frieza, the big villain from like one of the biggest I guess arcs in Dragon Ball Z, the Namek Saga. That's gonna be amazing. Oh, he's back and it's a movie. I mean, they had one before this, Battle of Gods, but this gotta be big. I gotta see this. So you had that, and My Hero, of course, is popular now. But the only big draw for this one is that it's the first movie. It's the first one. Come see it. That was kind of like the only draw that this one had. So let's compare it real quick. So from Tuesday to Sunday, the movie made $5.7 million. And most of those days, it had around 900 theaters. 2 of those days it didn't. It had 183 on Sunday and 57 on Friday. Okay, now let's compare to My Hero. My Hero, on almost 400 theaters less, grossed $3.9 million in the same amount of time. Now, comparing that would mean that, all right, so that means My Hero made about 1.8 million less than Dragon Ball Z, but it also had 400 theaters less. Also, I still don't understand what's going on with Friday and Sunday with those big drops. I'm assuming those theaters were definitely cut down, way cut down compared to what the numbers are saying right here. So I think it had a very similar structure in its release, where a couple days would be like way less theaters. So actually, it's very similar. Because if you go back to Dragon Ball Z, Sunday and Friday are the big days where it dropped. Actually, Thursday is a big day where this dropped too. But I don't know about this one, because this one still made almost $500,000, and when we get to My Hero, like Friday barely made 100,000 and then 81,000. So I don't know. So comparing them, it's very, very comparable, because My Hero had way less. Again, way less, 500. The most I ever had is 535. The most Dragon Ball Z ever had is 913. So if you compare them, it is very comparable. And I could even say My Hero, just because it had less theaters and also had less time to devote itself or to gain a fan base. It only had, the anime's only been out for what, 2 years at this point? It came out in 2016. Then it's rather impressive. It's very impressive that it got as far as it did. My Hero also, I will say this right here. My Hero, when we go to anime here, it passed a few really noteworthy movies like Princess Mononoke, Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods. It actually passed, but that one's that's not that fair, because it had a really, really small release window. Like a couple days it had over 600 theaters, and then like the other days it was just gone. Mary and the Witch's Flower, Pokemon Forever, like it beat some notable ones. It's about to be Howl's Moving Castle, I believe, because Tuesday it will have a huge release again, and I'm sure it'll gross maybe almost 1 million there. Your Name, The Wind Rises, you know, like it's getting close to beating some of these. I could see it getting close to beating Your Name. I'm pretty sure it will beat Howl's Moving Castle. I wish I had a little bit more oomph so it can pass The Wind Rises and get into the top 10, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But yeah, so there you go. That's My Hero Academia, 2 heroes, almost 4 million in its first week, I guess you could say, because technically the week is over on Sunday. So yeah, I just wish it had more of a regular release window. You know, I mean, not release window, a release, I guess. You know, it's just not like structured in a way where it's like, all right, there's 900 theaters here, there's 400 here, there's 200 here, and then there's 20 here. You know, it's weird. Why can't it just be, you know, 500 here, it did very well. Okay, let's open up to 600, and then maybe open up more and more until it starts making less and less money. Then you just start dropping it out of theaters, just like a normal movie. You know, like a Your Name. You know, when Your Name came out, it was very similar. Like it came out in like, I don't know, 1,000 theaters, and then it made a little bit of money, and then it started, you know, leaving theaters as it made less money. Yeah. This one's weird. It made a lot of money. Let's get rid of theaters. I don't know. It's just strange to me. I think that's Funimation's thing, but it could also be theater chains not really too sure if anime movies will really make money. But I can tell you right now, My Hero, when it comes to theaters, will pack an audience way more than, I don't know, Smallfoot. I bet. You know, if I went to my theater and went to go see My Hero Academia, and then I went to go see Smallfoot right after, I bet the My Hero Academia one would be sold out more. I mean, that's mainly because it had less screenings, but I don't know. What I'm trying to say is My Hero has a better fan base than the Smallfoot movie does. But anyway, this has been a very long update, but whatever. There you go. That's it. Thank you. And until next time, of course, goodbye.